Coming up on the Met Report.
Find out what causes this altercation between two students.
And some third graders visit the state capitol for a surprising reason.
But they're just living there. They're living where they're supposed to live.
Winter weather returns and we could see some impressive snow amounts. The Met Report starts now.
The annual tri-institutional referendums are up for student vote this week, but the chance to vote is ending soon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Douglas Coulter.
And I'm Miranda McHotchkins. Students have until Sunday night to have their voices heard on 3 student fees. Andrea Herrera has more on the decisions students need to make.
Every year, Metro State University asks their student population to fill out 3 different referendums. These referendums serve in order to help each department decide whether to eliminate the charges from their student tuition or maintain them. The 3 questions the students are asked to answer are whether or not they want to continue to keep the RTD bus pass
at a rate of $106 per student per semester. One of the changes on that, though, will include the new A train that goes from Union Station to DIA.
The second one being the sustainability fee, which funds every sustainability project that has been made on campus for the past 5 years. A couple of those projects being
solar panels, B-cycle bike stations, some of the water refill stations on campus, and numerous other projects.
And the last question, the student Tivoli bond fee, which asks the students if they would agree to continue the payment of $63 per student per semester.
And that fee basically pays for the overall operation and ongoing maintenance and programming for this building, the Tivoli Student Union.
The student-led, student-driven, innovated is an annual event that occurs in order to give the students of UCD, CCD, and MSU Denver a voice, as well as a right to vote for what it is they deserve. SAGHAB and the 2 Auraria board members asked the students to speak up, take action, and vote. Although the academic year of 2016 has been the most successful one yet, SAGHAB hopes more students will be able to vote before April 11th through the 17th. For the Met Report, Andrea Herrera.
The student government elections are also taking place this week. Students have the opportunity to elect the next vice president, president, and Senate members. Online voting for these elections ends Monday night, and the results will be released April 28th.
Student debt was on the mind of students who met in a showdown with President Jordan. Esteban Fernandez has the latest on what the president had to say.
Last year, student debt grew larger than the GDP of Australia, Ireland, and New Zealand. President Jordan assured student leaders and activists at a meeting on April 6th that the university was doing its best to meet the challenge.
Well, I think we found that we have some areas of clear agreement where we think we can work together on some issues around student debt. I think we had a clear, candid conversation about the issues facing the university.
However, Jordan also pressed students to organize. He urged students to march in the Capitol and pressure legislators to act on the issue. MSU Denver is in the lowest quartile of tuition in the country. However, cuts to higher education, in part due to the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, have caused tuition to climb over the last several years. The school dodged a nearly $480,000 cut from its state budget this year after there was pushback from both administrators and lawmakers. Colorado's excellent economy has also affected enrollment rates, hurting the university's bottom line. Nationally, student debt levels have become political fodder for Democratic presidential candidates Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. However, for MSU Denver student Ali Hermaniutes, no easy solutions lie in sight.
I feel like it's not just impacting me as an individual, it's impacting everybody. It's not just the people immediately affected by the $1.4 trillion in student debt accrued in this country. It's affecting people before and after our generation.
For the Met Report, Esteban Fernandez.
With the Auraria campus being a tri-institutional space, finding an empty parking spot can be difficult.
Cynthia Maldonado joins us now to tell us why many students believe this to be a major issue.
Miranda and Douglas, students are saying that AHEC should be a little bit more accommodating when it comes to parking on campus. They say that the price and lack of stress is adding on to them since public transportation isn't for everyone.
Are you serious? What the
Where are you going? Just stop. Stop. There's nowhere to park. Stop.
Finding vacant parking on the Auraria campus can be a challenge. Commuter student Ermias Negash says,
the school is getting bigger now. a lot of students come over here, so we need more parking.
Since the start of the aerospace building construction, 300 parking spots less
is restrained, especially since they're building on top of a parking lot right over there,
making students feel crunched for time.
5 minutes or 10 minutes before the next class.
AHEC officials state that parking on campus is not an issue.
The capacity is actually only at about 95% right now.
We do have spots available. I think sometimes students don't always know where those are.
AHEC provides 3 garages, 15 lots, and meter parking throughout campus, which totals 6,175 parking spaces.
If finding and paying for parking is turning into an issue, then your best bet? To rely on public transportation and, of course, comfy shoes.
We've got over 10 different buses that directly serve the campus, bus routes, and every light rail line serves either the Auraria West or the Colfax station.
And while the demand for space availability is on the rise, so are concerns as to where parking profits are being spent.
So it goes to operations. It also goes to parking lot maintenance and safety features like lighting, better lighting in the lots.
Student government member Liz Milewski thinks parking could be fixed.
Making sure that we have an ID requirement to park on campus.
For now, AHEC states that there are no future plans in building another garage.
Parking, an ever-ending issue. I went on campus getting a lot of people's opinions, and AHEC said that as much as they would want to have underground parking, they can't because there's a lot of pipelines and Cherry Creek water and a lot of regulations they need to follow.
I was always curious about that because I thought that was a good idea, but
yes.
Yeah, you know, I think the key to parking is just showing up early in the morning and then you can find a spot.
Yes, I agree.
All right, well, thank you, Cynthia. All right, well, snow may be hitting the high country this weekend, but that shouldn't keep you away from a free day at a national park. In honor of National Park Service, more than 400 parks and monuments will be open to the public with free admission. There are 7 in Colorado, including Mesa Verde, Black Canyon, and Rocky Mountain National Park. All right, well, it has been awesome weather this week, but I heard something about a little snowstorm coming in.
Oh no, please tell us it's not true.
Just a little bit of a snowstorm. Let's not talk about that right
Okay,
now.
all right.
Let's go ahead and pull up this picture of what this week looked like. Isn't that much nicer than talking about snow? This is the Auraria Campus, the St. Cajetan's Church out there with the beautiful trees in bloom. Yeah, well, they're going to quickly start to be snow covered. Our current temperature, though, right now, 59 degrees with a thin layer of clouds hovering over the city. Winds out of the northeast about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And we're really not going to get much warmer than that because of the cloud cover. Taking a look at our Friday afternoon and into the evening, 59 by 1 p.m. And then right around 5 p.m., could see a clap of thunder or lightning as we progress into the evening hours. So 5 o'clock is really when this storm system starts to make its way into the metro area. And that's going to drop those temperatures off fairly quickly by 9 p.m. at 45 degrees. Now our averages for this time of year, right now we're sitting pretty close. 61 degrees for our high usually, and then our low is right around 33 degrees. And look at that. Average April snowfall, 8.9. I think we might see just a little bit more than that come Monday morning. But stick around. I will tell you all about the winter storm, the snow amounts as well, because everyone's been asking me that. And then I will show you what our week ahead looks like. It's not all bad news.
Thanks, Josh. Later, we have an exclusive interview with the cast of Everybody Wants Some.
And in sports, we get out to the rack with sophomore sensation Julian Garcia to talk about his success at MSU Denver, and we get to see his stuff on the mound. We'll be right back.
In Auraria, everything changes. There's always new things to see or do.
In your Noticiero TMED, we'll tell you all you need to know about our school.
News about our region and beyond our borders.
Every Friday morning at 10:30 through Comcast Channel 58 in Denver and on live stream in iTunes or Android.
Noticiero TVMED, the student voice of MSU Denver in Spanish.
Roadrunners, my name is Mary Kate Newton, Editor-in-Chief of the Metropolitan, our school's weekly student-run newspaper, and this is what we do.
Check us out for all the latest in Roadrunners sports, all the latest in entertainment and reviews, all the latest in MSU Denver news and other local happenings. And we are always looking for new writers, photographers, and copy editors, so if you're interested in being part of the staff, visit Tivoli 313. The Metropolitan is the student voice of MSU Denver. Let your voice be heard.
Welcome back. A report released by the World Health Organization shows that cases of diabetes are on the rise. They have quadrupled from 108 million in 1980 to 422 million in 2014. With 1.5 million deaths a year, diabetes is the 8th biggest killer in the world. The report also shows that 2/3 of low-income countries were not able to provide drugs or blood sugar monitors for the population. According to the report, cases of type 2 diabetes are predominant, and 8.5% of adults worldwide have diabetes.
13 more Colorado delegates committed to support presidential candidate Ted Cruz after last weekend's state convention. Out of the 37 total delegates, 34 have already committed to supporting Senator Cruz at the national convention in Cleveland this July. The remaining 3 delegates are currently unpledged. As opposed to holding a regular caucus or primary, Colorado chose its delegates through county elections and a state convention held last Saturday in Colorado Springs at the Broadmoor World Arena, drawing an attendance of approximately 8,000 people. Senator Cruz was the only one to attend.
Fans will no longer be able to attend basketball and hockey games at the Pepsi Center after this month. That's because players will be cleaning out their lockers and heading home until next season. The Denver Nuggets missed the postseason for the 3rd consecutive season, while the Avalanche just missed the playoffs for a 2nd year in a row. The Nuggets finished the season in the 10th spot in the Western Conference, while the Avalanche needed to win their final 6 games in order to clinch the last playoff spot from the Minnesota Wild. There will still be many questions remaining for both teams during the offseason.
Police may start cracking down on texting and driving with a new device called the Textalyzer. Similar to the breathalyzer, this device may be used during car accidents to determine whether or not distracted driving was a factor. If the Textalyzer is approved by legislation, New York will be the first to use the new technology.
Students from downtown Denver's Expeditionary School marched to the state capitol to voice their opposition on House Bill 1010. Met Report's John Madden traveled along for the journey.
Go Prairie Dogs! Save the Prairie Dogs!
80-plus third graders from downtown Denver Expeditionary School marched to the state capitol. For a reason you might not expect. To support prairie dogs. House Bill 1010 would have made relocations of the animals much more difficult.
Once the students read the bill and became very impassioned about what it was suggesting, they wanted to march to the Capitol and come share their opinions about how important prairie dogs are.
Prepared with their speeches, the students took a stand against the bill.
The prairie dogs have as much right as we do to live. The bald eagle has to eat them, and if they're not going to be there, then it could die. Some people say they're pests, but they're just living there. They're living where they're supposed to live, and we're the pests.
After waiting over 5 hours, they delivered their testimonies.
Prairie dogs are a main food source for protected and endangered animals.
This bill is not realistic and does not take into account the best interest of our ecosystem.
Some people think they are rodent pests, but actually they are just living their life like we are. They are the main part of an ecosystem, also called keystone species.
The bill was eventually defeated by a vote of 5-4.
Kids are powerful. They speak from the heart. They don't put a lot of other things into their speech, and it's just so pure and true.
For the Met Report,
Save the prairie dogs!
John Madden.
Boy, some big changes are heading our way. Thanks for joining us here on the Met Report. I'm student meteorologist Josh Kozart. Tonight, we start off with some rain showers. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of lightning, especially east of I-25 as these storms start to make their way in. Don't think any of them should be too severe, but once you get out into Kansas, that's where things will really start to fire up. So you might see some of those lightning flashes off in the distance. But then tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., 38 degrees, and the snow transitions early in the morning on Saturday. That's where we will start to see those very very wet, sloppy snow flurries start to fall. Then tomorrow afternoon, only a high of 37 degrees. And again, that snow will continue. Kind of some gusty winds out of the north at 15 to 20 miles per hour right around the 3 o'clock period. Saturday, temperatures all across the metro area in the lower 40s to upper 30s. And then Sunday, same thing. Pretty much only getting up to the upper 30s for most of the Mile High City. And then as we take a look at what's actually causing this, it's all due to this very strong low pressure system turning anticyclonically. That's what's going to be creating a lot of moisture all the way down from New Mexico up to the Canadian border. That's what's going to be giving us the snow system. It's a cutoff low, which means that it basically stalls out, and that's also due to this very strong high pressure system sitting off to our east. It's basically just going to shift ever so slightly to the east, dumping so much snow over the Denver metro area. And this is going to be a very wet, sloppy snow, going to weigh down a lot of those tree limbs. So expect a lot of power outages for the next couple of days, and then a lot of severe weather stretching all the way from Dallas up into the Canadian region. Watches and warnings right now. The Denver metro area is under a winter weather warning. That's going to last until Sunday at 6 a.m. Now here's some of the snow totals that you all have been wanting to know. Metro area anywhere from a half a foot to a foot, north 3 to 7 inches, and then take a look into the foothills, 18 to 30 inches, and down south along the Palmer Divide, we will see anywhere from 8 to 15 inches of snow with this system. This is going to start to wrap up on Monday. Again, this is a 3-day event. It starts off Saturday with rain and snow, and that's basically going to be flipping back and forth. Sunday, the rain and snow continues all throughout the overnight hours. And then Monday, finally, that snow slowly starts to make its way out after dropping so much moisture into the area. But it's not all that bad. Here's our 5-day forecast. Monday, our temperatures starting to warm up with clearing skies. And then by Wednesday, 65 degrees. And take a look at Friday, 82 degrees for our high with plenty of sunshine.
MyMetMedia.com is a new interactive website. Watch full newscasts from the Met Report. The Metropolitan have you covered. K-Met Radio have everything you need 24 hours a day. El Noticiero TV Met give you news in Spanish. How to advertise with us? Email sales@metmedia.com.
Redstone. Oh, this you crazy mother.
Now joining us for EMET is Melanie Townsend.
Hey guys, it's finally the weekend. Too bad the weather is going to be pretty crummy, but I've got a movie in mind that I think you definitely should brave the weather for. First, check out our viral vid of the week.
Millicent, we can only take Fun Betty or chocolate cake. Which one do we take? Fun Betty? Do you want Fun Betty or chocolate?
Why would we do that?
Which? No, Millicent, this is important. The cat or the dog?
The cat, you idiot!
Okay. This girl had a pretty rough day already after getting her wisdom teeth pulled, but it got even worse when her brothers decided to prank their doped-up sister into thinking they were under a zombie attack. Okay, so in the event of apocalypse, guys, be sure you have your funfetti cake, family cat, and garden supplies. Well, while this poor thing had quite the scare from her brothers, so did the cast members of an anticipated movie. At CinemaCon, the cast members of Suicide Squad open up about how they got into their roles, including Joker Jared Leto, who admits to actually sending a rat, a dead pig, and condoms to the cast. That's pretty gross. And while Game of Thrones fans have to wait for Season 6's premiere, President Obama was actually given special clearance to the new episodes. Still no word on whether or not Jon Snow comes back from the dead. Okay, note to self, don't invite Jared Leto to a Secret Santa party or any party at all for that matter. In more celeb news, a Disney star's apology tweet is going viral. Why? Well, Debbie Ryan got into a little trouble this week after she was pulled over for drunk driving. Ryan has since been charged with 2 misdemeanors. After her arrest, Ryan took to Twitter, humbly apologizing to all of her fans. Yeah, only a Disney star can get a felony charge bumped down to a misdemeanor. And I know out there, Ryan's fairy godmother is just shaking her head. Well, another Disney classic is coming to theaters, and it's The Jungle Book, which looks absolutely amazing. But I've got another movie I think you guys should really check out. It is hilarious, and guess what? I've got the exclusive right here in EMET's Must-Sees.
This ain't high school, man. You're at a new level here. You have not earned teammate status yet.
Who the hell are you? Oh, Jake Bradford.
And until you do, you're nobody.
Excuse me. Yeah. Bye.
Director Richard Linklater is no stranger to making some beloved cult classics like this.
I get older, they stay the same age.
But he's back at it again with a new lovable comedy you've got to see to enjoy.
Cheers for the beers. Full throttle to the bottle.
Keep saying words like that.
Glenn Powell, Wyatt Russell, and Quentin Johnson let us know why everybody should want some of this new flick. You, in your own words, tell me what Everybody Wants Some is about.
It's college baseball today. It was the best weekend ever.
A lot of fun, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of drinking.
This took place in the 80s. Do you wish there were some things from the 80s that were still present today?
I like the way the girls did their hair. In terms of like the colors and the music, everything was brighter and more fun. Like think about it, it's like the hair was big, the costumes were, the wardrobe was like popping, you were peacocking.
I am one to Finn, and I'd like to say hello. Say hello, Finn.
Okay, that was my favorite part in the movies when you guys are in the car and doing rappers. So like, can you guys give me a little of that right here, right now?
I said the hip hop, the hip to the hip hop. You don't stop, you're rocking to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat.
Why should people come and see Everybody Wants Some?
Because it's awesome.
It's amazing.
Because everybody wants some.
You bring who you are, never who they want. And that, my friend, is when it gets fun.
You're watching the Met Report. Check out Everybody Wants Some
in theaters
now.
They were hilarious. They were awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching EMET. Stick around because sports is next.
And the Roadrunners, their third straight regional title.
You love Roadrunner sports, and so do we. From high-flying Metro State action to in-depth interviews with coaches, players, and staff, the Roadrunner Review is here to keep you up to date with everything that is Metro State sports.
Yeah, there we go.
Check us out on Altitude Sports and Entertainment, Comcast CET, and at GoMetroState.com to follow your Roadrunners all season long.
Roadrunners with our impressive comeback.
So tune in and get rowdy.
Now joining us for sports is Anthony Rodriguez.
And one final tune-up before the start of the RMAC tournament. The men's and women's tennis teams call it a wrap on the regular season today at Colorado Mesa. Both squads are 2-1 in conference play with Joey Shern, Emily Kerr and company hoping to head into the tourney with a win. In softball news, the Roadrunners took 2 of 4 from Crosstown Regis over the weekend thanks to this walk-off blast from Carissa Terry in the 8th inning on Sunday. The ladies have already clinched a spot in the RMAC tournament and are chasing Mesa for the top spot in the standings. From one diamond to the other, the baseball squad isn't quite locked into the RMAC tourney like the ladies, as the men are 2 games back of Adams State for the final spot. But one surefire way to change that up will be a head-to-head series against the Grizzlies, which oddly enough, they start today down in Alamosa. One Roadrunners pitcher who will take the mound for MSU Denver in that series is, of course, none other than the leader of that pitching staff, Julian Garcia. With a second straight dominant season underway for the sophomore, I took to the Regency Athletic Complex to find out what's got the Roadrunners ace raking in the accolades and setting all the records.
2-2 the count, swing and a miss, and 2 straight innings. He has struck out the side, 11 total Ks, and he's got 8 straight strikeouts in a row. What a performance by the sophomore.
5th most strikeouts in a season in school history, 3rd in strikeouts per 9 innings, led the RMAC in fewest hits allowed per 9 innings, just to name some of your accomplishments last season. Here with Julian Garcia. And Julian, to hear those accolades and records from your freshman year in your first season as a collegiate pitcher, what's that mean to you?
It's awesome. I mean, it doesn't come without having a great team. That's what it is. I mean, they're always getting my back. I mean, they're always playing great plays defensively and just doing everything they can to go out and just get a win for us.
From last season to this season, you really transcended into this team's ace. Talk about that passing of the torch mentality as well as the team's confidence in you. What has that been like?
Well, being a redshirt freshman, I saw we had 3 senior starters last year, and I watching guys like Mike Thill last year and Chris Locke. It just turned me into what this season I've tried to do is just command the zone and be the ace of the staff and lead our team to a W. Well, Hammond actually was really a big role model for me. I mean, he took me under his wing right when I got here. I mean, he's a guy that told me everything about the RMAC and everything to be successful, and then try and repeat that the next year and the years on here at Metro.
How about we get out of this dugout and go to your office, the mound?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, let's do it. You went to Fossil Ridge High School up in Fort Collins, Colorado. What does it mean to you to stay in your home state and pitch right here at MSU Denver so your family and friends can enjoy it?
It's huge. I love having my family here. My uncles, my dad, they're always here at games. My brother, they're always there cheering me on. They travel the games. It's awesome being on this field too. I love the city. I love the city of Denver. So.
All right, Julian, enough talk. Since we're on the mound, let's go ahead and get you pitching. First off, what do you got in your arsenal?
I have a fastball, 12-6 curveball, a slider, and a changeup.
Well, as cool as these views are on the camera, let's go ahead and get you GoPro'd. All right, so we got your GoPro. Let's get that super awesome fastball.
Sounds good.
Of course, we have the junior catcher, Mr. Marcus Bean. Woo! Strike one. Now, obviously the fans, they love to see some wicked curves, so let's go ahead and get that awesome curveball. There we go. Right across the plate. Now, the ceremonial first pitch. Obviously, we've had 50 Cent, John Wall, Carly Rae Jepsen. There's been some bad ones, obviously. I've seen your delivery now. I kind of know, get a little bit of a feel for it. How about I take the ball from you, just like the coach would come out and take you out, and I will see if I can deliver a better first pitch than some of those.
There you go.
Let's see what I got. All right, now, if this is bad, if this goes viral for the wrong reasons, I'm just saying now I'm okay with that.
Can't be much worse than 50 Cent.
Can't be much worse than 50 Cent. As long as I get it past midway, I am good to go. Check second base, flip around, make sure.
There it is.
Could have been worse, but I think I'm gonna leave the pitching to you. I'll stick to sports broadcasting. Julian, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us, man, and good luck the rest of the season, and go Roadrunners.
Appreciate it, thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I don't think I'll be going viral, but, it was a lot of fun talking to Julian Garcia. He's had a phenomenal career here at Metro, and, he's been awesome. It was really fun to get out there and have him show his stuff.
Yeah, that was an awesome story. You did an awesome job with it. But let's not talk about your pitching. Let's just keep your career in broadcast, shall we?
That's right, just broadcast.
I think you would probably do a lot better than most of us would.
It's hard. It's harder than you might think to throw on the mound. That's why so many people spike the ball like that.
No, I think I could beat all of you.
Oh.
How about after this newscast, let's all.
Well, you can't beat this, okay? Let's take a look at this 5-day forecast. It is a roller coaster ride, let me tell you. Monday, 45 degrees after the snow moves out. We've already done it once this season. I think we can make it through, maybe one more snowstorm. And then Wednesday, 65 with partly sunny skies. And wow, by the end of the week, Friday, 82. Plenty of sunshine.
Gotta love those 80s.
Yeah, so there is a light at the end of the tunnel, I guess.
There is definitely a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, for all the latest campus news and events, be sure to visit our website at mymetmedia.com and connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you.
And for the entire Met Report staff, thanks for watching. We'll see you on campus.